So I've been asked to look back on a room restoration project that Biltmore undertook more than 15 years ago, and that was the Louis XV suite restoration. I'm Darren Popoure. I'm the Chief Curator here at Biltmore, and I oversee the historic interpretation of Biltmore House and the estate, and I'm also responsible for the preservation of the historic interiors of Biltmore House. The Louis XV suite is a suite of guest bedrooms on the second floor of Biltmore House above the library. And it was a project that we undertook starting in 2006. And it was a 3-year project with the rooms opening to the public in 2009. The goal of the project, which is really the goal of any room restoration project, is to return the room to an earlier period in its history and to return it to its original appearance, which in our case we want to return it to the time that the Vanderbilts lived in the rooms. And we quickly settled on the Louis XV room, mainly because of the story of the Louis XV room, which was, it was the room where Cornelia Vanderbilt was born, and also where she gave birth to her 2 sons in the 1920s. The project really consisted of 3 phases. The first phase was a research phase in which the curatorial team did extensive research to determine what the original furnishings for each room were. Then a furnishing plan is put together, which is then handed over to the conservation team. And that is really when the second phase begins, and when the conservation team begins conserving the 250 objects that were slated to go into the 4 bedrooms. And then the third phase really is kind of when the structural work is taking place, and installing everything from the rugs on the floors to the draperies, the prints on the walls, and we're installing the furniture and all the decorative objects into the room. It's our mission here to preserve Biltmore, and I'm really proud of the attention to detail that we took, the depth of our research, the lengths that we took to preserve every object and every architectural detail of the suite, and the teamwork that was involved. When we open new rooms, in many ways we're helping to interpret more and more of the history of Biltmore House. And at the same time, it also boosts visitation and allows us to continue to preserve the historic interiors of the house itself.